Welcome to Bad Station Works, and in this video I am going to show you how I built a fancy stainless steel exhaust with 3D printed stainless end tips for Volvo S60R. I'm also going to show you some things I did on the 240 and Tjorven, and also a very cool car in the end of this video. Stay tuned. So, for the past 2 weeks I've been working on this super nice Volvo S60R. So the project for this car was to build a custom stainless steel exhaust and use 3D printed stainless steel exhaust tips that they as in the customer and his friend, provided to me. So this is it. The alignment of the exhaust tips is not at a point that I am very happy with it, but the customer needs the car, and I think all the rubbers and everything and the V-bands might be good if they get a few heat cycles before I do like the final adjustment of everything and make sure that the exhaust tips are in the exact right position. This one's quite okay, needs to be tilted a little bit that way or rotate a little bit that way, but the hard thing with this project, the big challenge with this project, was the limited space. So you can see on this side I can't even get my pinky in between, and this side's even more closer. It's the same on the other side. The top and bottom are okay-ish, but again they need to be the same. It's dual, so it needs to be the same left and right, and that's the thing that makes it really hard, this project. This is where the original exhaust stopped and continued into a very hack job, hillbilly style, non-stainless, just mild steel exhaust. So my goal was to chop it off here and start and continue with a nice stainless steel version. This is the center muffler, silencer, whatever you want to call it. That's like always active, so the exhaust flows here, there, goes underneath the rear differential, because there's an AWD, I want to say, all-wheel drive Volvo S60R. V-band clamp here, then it goes down and ends up in this custom-made Y-piece. It's made from 2 bands. Goes this way. There is an electronically controlled valve, which I made an extra shield for, because it's on the front side. Didn't want to have it on the back side because you can see it from behind. So I wanted to have it on the front side, but also I wanted to protect it from stone chips or stones with all the unpaved roads here in Sweden. Another V-band, a band up to make sure that the end tips align straight, and another V-band. That V-band just purely to be able to rotate to clock the exhaust valves, and this one is also to clock like the up and down direction. Same on this side, also a V-band to clock the exhaust. This is a muffler, a little bit bigger, or quite a lot bigger than the one in the middle. And if the valve is closed, the exhaust gases can only go this way through this muffler and out the left exhaust tip. As soon as the valve opens, the exhaust gas will still flow a little bit here, but exhaust gas tends to choose the path of least resistance, so it will go this way and make more noise, a lot more noise. I'm quite happy with the finish on the exhaust, how it turned out with the welds and everything. I used to have a little bit more issues with temperature control on stainless steel, so my welds tended to be a little bit more grayish because they overheated. The thing that I changed now is to slow down the welds, the actual welding process, and turn down the heat, the amperage. So normally I would do like 70, 80 amps, which is quite high, I know now. And on these butt welds, or these pie cuts, I use now 43, was what I ended up with with a 2.4 tungsten and a 1.6 thick rod. Here, where the V-bands are welded to this little bit more thicker material, this is also stainless, I used 65 amps or 69, I can't remember for sure. So this is a little bit hotter because it needs to heat up a little bit more material. But also, since it's not a butt weld, it's easier and you can move a little bit more quick. I'm happy how they turned out. They're not the stack times that you see in Instagram all the time, but that's more like television. It's not really reality, so to say. Well, not for me at least. It takes way more hours in practice to get at that point. And the big change, or the thing that I'd now like to focus on and learn a little bit more, is the consistency and getting these nice dimes and feeding the rod. The hard part, I can do it in a straight line. I can't do it on a tube that I'm like almost wrapped around and have a hard time actually reaching all the places. So that's and I have to like stop, reposition myself, reposition the material or the workpiece, and keep moving. So that's the hard part, but that will come over the years. The exhaust is sound. It's good. In that way, it's sound, and it sounds good also. I'm really happy with that result. In that way, it needs a little bit fine tuning. I think if I loosen up all the V-bands and just rotate and clock everything a little bit more, then everything will be fine. But I need help from a friend, I think, to get to that point and make it nice. But this is it. So the exhaust is as high up as possible, routes nicely, clears the differential, and now it's up to the customer to drive around with it for a while, and then, well, maybe in a few weeks or after summer, return it, and then I can do some final adjustments. That's just included in the price. This thing needs to be good. So that's it about the exhaust.